What's leaving land heading out to sea is all the single-use packaging. It's the straws, the bags, the bottles, the cup lids, the stir sticks, all this junk that we use once and throw away. A plastic bottle leaving California will get to Japan in about 3 to 5 years and come back across the northern half of the North Pacific. That's spinning mass of water as a gyre. Plastic trash will migrate to those zones and get stuck of microplastic particles. Billions of them, very toxic over a wide area.
Even when they become brittle and break apart, plastic pieces persist. Unable to oxidize or become waterlogged like metals, wood, or paper, all types of plastic are designed to defeat natural decay.
In general, high-density polyethylene, number 2 plastic, is the most common plastic in consumer use. And it makes your soap bottles, it makes your toothbrushes, it makes many of the consumer goods that float out in the garbage patch.
If we think in terms of all the plastic that's been produced since 1950, since it's a synthetic material, hydrocarbons, it's probably still here today on the planet. Have a satellite and a new instrumentation to be able to quantify the amount of plastic floating at sea.
The entire life cycle of plastic is poisonous. Its manufacturing process depends on harmful chemicals, and when released into the environment, it soaks up even more toxins and transports them far and wide, including into our bodies. Plastic can choke the ocean's ability to absorb CO2 from the atmosphere, exacerbating climate change.
Only 10% of the habitat is on the land. The rest, 90% of the habitat's in the ocean, and it's totally unexplored for the most part. Imagining all the jungles, all the deserts, all the savannas, all the Rocky Mountains. The ocean would be 9 times more, and the idea that somehow it could be 50% plastic, 50% fish in a mere 30 years is horrifying.
The ocean is in peril right now, and if we don't do something that is going to reverse that in the next few years, then it's going to be much more difficult.
But the situation is far from hopeless. Organizations are developing innovative solutions to clean up ocean plastic. Material scientists are turning their attention to new packaging solutions, and consumers are making more informed choices every day.
How can we use our science to influence laws and policymakers?
When you refuse the single-use plastics, it has an effect on your neighborhood, on your local watershed, and the ocean. Now, seeing the UN talking about it, seeing companies rise up and say, we're going zero waste, to see countries make commitment to stop the flow of trash from land to sea, I feel optimistic that we can solve this problem.